Are we recording? Is this happening? All right, let's do a video. Hey guys, my name is Nelson Crawford, and if you've seen my videos before, then you probably know that I'm running out of ideas. Let's do another fucking video. Imagine trying your best at something. Imagine putting in the time and the effort and doing the work and everything necessary to create something great, and you crash and burn so hard that you end up in the bargain pile at Walmart next to straight-to-DVD classics like I Am Wrath and full-on stinkers like Mr. Popper's Penguins. Today I'm going to review a movie so bad, I'm pretty sure Bruce Willis forgot he was in it. Bless his old bald heart. Today I'm going to talk about a movie called Setup.
Yeah, that's right.
Now this 2011 film starts like a blindfolded man going backwards on roller skates downhill, because it uses the lazy plot device of going back in time after what you would think is a compelling scene, which in this case, it's definitely not. It starts out with 50 Cent. Oh yeah, 50 Cent's in this movie, so don't let that distract you too much. But yeah, it starts off with just 50 Cent mumbling about some shit about being a priest or something like that, and then wham! 2 weeks earlier. Ooh boy. I want to focus on the opening scene of this movie where Mr. Cent is picking up his friend from jail, but this generic rap music is just making me think of the loading screen from NBA Street. And holy shit, this music does not get any better throughout this movie. So these three guys have known each other for a long, long time, basically since they were younger, since they were little young lads, and they're going to be your main characters. You got Dave, the family man, who's definitely not going to die. You got Vince, whose dad is in jail, and you've got 50 Cent, whose name is Sonny in this movie, because that's not fucking weird at all or anything. So then we cut to jail, where Vince's dad is, and I guess we're supposed to feel bad for him because he's in jail, but then he does and says this stuff.
You got something to say now, nigga? Who's a bitch now, you motherfucker? You wanna run your mouth now, nigga? Come on, I can't hear you now. Come on, motherfucker. Run your mouth. Fuck you anytime, man. Any fucking time.
Okay, yeah, let's keep that guy in jail. And by the time the third generic movie song comes in, the shit gets really meta out of nowhere, and the movie gets real self-aware and just turns the music off.
I'm not going to fade.
We gotta turn this shit off. It's annoying.
And it makes sense that the music goes off, because these boys gotta focus up. They got some robbing to do. They cause like a 13-car pileup, shoot a bunch of bullets everywhere, and only manage to kill one person so they can steal a briefcase with a tiny little bag in there with like 6 little diamonds in it. That's it. Then here comes the double cross from Sad Boy Vinny. He shoots the 2 guys, he kills one of them, but what he doesn't know is that one of those guys is 50 Cent, and he's built up an immunity to bullets. I mean, come on now. If 9 bullets weren't gonna kill him, then the 10th one ain't gonna do shit. I'm just kidding. He didn't die for a way less cool reason. It's because his cross chain kind of stopped the bullet from going any deeper, so it didn't kill him.
You got lucky. So you could hit your cross when you get this off.
I'm okay with that.
50 Cent's friend owns a tattoo shop, and so he goes there to get fixed up, and so the guy at the tattoo shop pulls the little bullet fragment out of him, and, you know, tells him where he can start his little revenge journey, and then, boom, out the door just like that, 50 Cent's going on a rampage. But first, he's got to stop at church. So before he starts his rampage, he stops at church so that he can sit in the pews and do that weird thing that action movies do, where they try and get all deep with the duality between good and evil, and whatever, it's stupid. I wish movies would stop doing that and just, you know, have a plot and be well written. But, you know, this movie's not about that. This movie's not here to impress you, because it's not gonna. So after that, this movie goes full-on PS2 game and starts dropping special title screens for characters when we're introduced to the Hitman. But he doesn't really do any killing just yet, so now he's more like the Talk Man. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's let the rampage begin. Let's pull a gun on a bouncer. Let's stick up a poker game. Let's hit an old man in the face with your gun. Steal their money. Then go to a diner. But after that, we're introduced to another video game character, the Muscle.
You with me? You got a name?
Sonny,
Like an what a sunny fucking day we're having?
fuck you. Who are you?
All right, Sonny. Sleepy time.
Then wham, there's another title. It's the Mob Boss, Bruce Willis. So Bruce Willis and 50 Cent talk about some stuff, and, you know, talk about the diamonds getting stolen and the double cross and all that. And so now 50 Cent's working for Bruce Willis.
Yeah, that's right. Every fucking thing I say is right.
So 50 Cent and Randy Couture go rob some Russians who are robbing a grave, and 50 Cent does this fairly easily because, you know, he's the main character. And after that, Randy's like, hey man, let's go celebrate. And so he wants to go get some drugs. So they go to Sonny's drug dealer's house, and his drug dealer is saying some real dumb shit like this.
Ooh, this that fire. Now we call this that snake weed. He puts the weed inside a boa constrictors.
And customs don't check it?
Oh man, ain't nobody dumb enough to put their hand down no goddamn snake's throat.
And Randy's dumbass is messing around with a bunch of drug dealer guns, and the drug dealer's telling him to chill out about it, and he's like, I got this, and then he goes and promptly shoots himself right in the face. So Sonny gets rid of the body by taking him to a guy, the Butcher. Boom, there's another title screen. And this guy hacks him into pieces and grounds him into hamburger meat so this dumpster fire of a movie can just keep on burning. So during all that, 50 Cent realizes that the driver of the car that they robbed with the diamonds in it was probably in on the double cross, so he hunts her down. And she is just awful.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't get my share. Where is he?
The blonde guy? I swear I have not seen him since then. I met him through some friends. He offered me $5,000 to take this guy to a spot. I'm not gonna...
Bullshit.
No, I swear to God. I'm telling you the truth. You have to believe me.
And she gives up the guy who they sold the diamonds to like a little fucking snitch. And so 50 Cent goes to that guy, and then that guy gives up Vince like an even bigger fucking snitch. So the guy who sold the diamonds goes to Vince, and he tells him that Sonny's coming for him.
What, no hello? It's fucking rude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello. Now what the fuck are you gonna do about this guy?
Vince is, you know, pretty nonplussed about it, and so he has the guy killed because he's the villain of the movie. Or at least he's trying to be the villain of the movie. And then the lady who is driving the car walks in
I can't believe we're related.
and reveals that she's Vince's sister, which doesn't make any sense in the movie, because if Dave and Sonny and Vince were friends since they were kids, then how does Sonny not know that Vince has a sister? That shit just don't make sense. And I really wanted to like Bruce Willis in this movie because he's got some really cool one-liners.
$10 says when he comes up for air, he starts screaming about God.
20.
Bet.
Bring him up.
But he's also got some lines that are just some pouty old man bullshit.
Now they say that they're going to stop publishing newspapers so people can read the stats and the box scores on their fucking cell phone. Who wants to look at a cell phone when you're eating food? It's ridiculous. I'll tell you what it is. Uncivilized.
Anyway, he's torturing Russians because Sonny and Randy Couture never came back with his money. Then Vince's boss, who's like another mob boss, because, you know, every town has more than one mob, he tells him that if Bruce Willis wants him, he's going to serve him up on a silver platter because he's bad at killing people and he's just got no time for that. And then 50 Cent goes and talks to his dead friend's wife, or widow, or whatever, and can we just get on with this movie? Oh my god! Remember Vince's dad? The one in prison? Well, the movie finally did, and 50 Cent goes to visit him, And he sits down right in front of him and says the coldest shit in this movie.
They only let me out of my cage for about 15 minutes.
I came to ask, is there anything you want me to tell your son before I kill him?
And then we get another reason why this angry old racist man should definitely be in jail.
I break your fucking neck for talking to me that way. Hey, that's it. You hear that? That's it. Let's go. That's it. Let's go. Let's go. That's it. That's crazy, motherfucker.
The movie also thought, while we're reminding you of people who were in the first 15 minutes of the movie, let's bring back the hitman. And he's definitely ready to do some hitting. Jesus, this woman has the most glass-filled apartment I've ever seen. But yeah, Vince's sister is dead, and I can't really feel bad about it because he's supposed to be the villain of the movie. And then Vince grabs some money, and he goes to pay this guy from the prison that his dad's in so that he can get protection for his dad while his dad's in prison, which... just, fine, let's drop more plot points into the movie halfway through. Why not? It doesn't make sense anyway. I mean, yeah, there's definitely some guys that wanna kill Vince's dad. I mean, you saw what he did to that guy earlier. And so after that, Vince goes to visit his dad in prison, and his dad basically calls him a pussy, and doesn't really care that his sister just died, and... why is this happening? I thought Vince was supposed to be the bad guy. Why is this movie trying to make me feel sorry for him? Stop it. I'm halfway through this movie, and I can't stop noticing these weird, mini zooms that the camera does on characters. Like, the cameraman's just, bucking at the actors in shots. It's super weird.
You paid for a year's worth of protection, and now you're gonna have to pay more. You want the old man kept in protective custody? You pay. That trigger. You fuck up with us, and your old man's a stain on the floor. Got it?
Anywho, then 50 Cent does the same thing that I did halfway through this movie, and he pours himself a drink. Except I didn't have just one, and whatever, this isn't about me. He stuffs a bunch of money into a teddy bear to mail it, and then he puts the rest of the money in a P.O. box. I don't know. Fuck it, he stole some money. So now this movie wants to kind of remember that there's a plot, and 50 Cent goes to tell Bruce Willis that Vince killed Randy Couture and stole his money. And he fucking believes him. So then the other mob boss serves up Vince without a question. And so there's an argument about the money. People start pointing guns. Then people start shooting. And then Bruce Willis gets shot right out of this movie. But to be fair, at his age, getting a bullet in the arm can probably kill you. And there's a whole dumb chase scene. And Vince thinks he gets away. But 50 Cent was right on his trail the whole time. And he takes him and he throws him in his trunk. And so they get to this junkyard area, and 50 Cent pulls him out of the trunk, and he's beating him and kicking him, and he's covering him in lighter fluid or Drano or whatever, and he tells him a shovel, and he tells him to dig his own grave, and I'm really starting to forget who the villain of this movie is. So they argue for 5 minutes, and Vince tells him that he did it all for his dad, and 50 Cent's like, why the fuck didn't you tell me? And Vince is like, fuck you.
Everything you got in this world is because of me. Everything you fucking are in this world is because of me!
And so 50 Cent shoots him in the leg and then just hops in his car and leaves. Yeah, he doesn't kill him or anything, he just gets in his car and drives off, because he's the good guy. So then Vince's dad gets murdered prison style, Dave's widow gets a teddy bear full of stolen money, and that's it. Movie's over.
Time is on my side, but still the world continues to turn. And there's a thing about the things that I've learned. I see that money's worth less with every dollar I earn. And in the end, I'd rather choose to fade and burn. Sometimes you pay the price.
Don't get me wrong, I don't hate this movie. I can tell they gave it the old college try, which is more than I did. I didn't even go to college. And despite the best efforts of Ryan Phillippe and Bruce Willis and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, This movie was just a fucking disaster. Honestly, I'd still recommend it though, if you're just, you know, browsing through Netflix and you need a movie that you can just watch and turn your brain off to. So give it a watch, so you too can personally experience just how bad this movie really is. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support this channel, I've got a Patreon where I post episodes of my podcast, the Indistinct Conversation podcast, constantly. But if you just want to listen to the podcast regularly, it's also on Spotify and iTunes and all that other good stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do next for a video. If you liked this video and you want me to review some more movies, leave them in the comments. Tell me some more movies to watch so I can sit here and angrily type out a 7-page review on why I don't like movies. I'm Nelson Crawford. I'll see you later.